Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light. And who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Can y'all hear me? I know y'all can hear me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Tough Love Podcast. Thank God it's Friday. I am Mario J. I want y'all to like, I want y'all to share, and most importantly, I want y'all to invite somebody in here. We got to have a conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We got to have a conversation. I just had a very enlightening conversation, okay? And I wanted to share with you guys because I feel like in 2021, we got to keep shit real. We went through the pandemic all 2020. I think that now we need to have a different type of conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this right here? Fake profiles and spying on your ex. How many people have been a victim of that? Salute to Don Philly, Money Boy Trey in the building. Miss Walker, I see you. How many people have been a victim of someone creating a fake profile to spy on you? Or have you been the culprit? Have you been the person creating these fake profiles to go check your ex? Now, this is my thought process on that. I realize that everybody breaks up differently. Like some people break up and it's like, hey, the biggest thing is, I'm going to go my way, you go your way. You know, that's the biggest thing. You're not relevant to me. You're not important in my life for me to be around you, for me to want to know what you got going on. But for some people, they got to keep tabs on their exes. Now, I find this to be interesting because a lot of times, especially in the conversation that I just had, these are people that are in relationships with other people. These are people that have boyfriends, they have girlfriends, they're married, they have a significant other, but they're creating fake profiles to monitor what someone else is doing. We got to have a conversation. This wouldn't be tough love if we didn't have this conversation. Ms. Green says, hey, that is too much time on their hands. I believe you. My thing about it is if a person is not relevant, if a person is not relevant, you're not checking for them. You don't care what they ate. You don't care who they sexing. You don't care who they dating. You don't care where they living. You don't care who they working with. You don't give a shit because they're not relevant. Somebody said that's toxic. I believe it to be toxic. I believe it to be a narcissist, but I don't know why we're not talking about it. Can you imagine somebody that says, I'm going to create several profiles, several fake profiles, just to go spy on my ex? Then after I spy on my ex, I'm now going to take the information that I have and I'm going to go and talk to somebody else and say, girl, bruh. And I'm going to say somebody else gave me this information. Now, my question to you guys is, there's a lot of people who live vicariously through social media, and there's a lot of people who they use social media to vent, they use it to network. It's a lot of things. They use it for entertainment. So it's a lot of things happening on social media. And sometimes you can get yourself caught into a situation where it's just a lot of foolery and fuckery. Let's just be real. Foolery and fuckery. And a lot of people use social media to validate themselves when getting out of a relationship. Let's just be real. And I feel like, can you imagine somebody saying, okay, well, I received a bunch of information that I now want to tell somebody else that I received this information. So let me get it straight. You create fake profiles, then you go and tell somebody else that somebody else has enough time on their hands. Somebody else is caring about me so much that you want to sit down and say, oh, well, let me monitor what you doing. Let me monitor what you had to eat today. Let me monitor who you in a relationship with. Somebody said, they took the words out of my mouth. They said, hey, that's too much time. That's too much time on their hands. I totally agree with you. I think that's foolery and fuckery. But my thing about this, how many friends do you have that honestly, they do this? How many times have you seen your friend talking about, girl, let me go check his page. Bro, let me go check her page. If you live in your best life, you're in a brand new relationship. You saying that relationship is supposed to be healthy. You saying that relationship is supposed to be everything. Like you bragging, boasting, posting photos. You happy about it. Can you imagine the person that's being spied on going to tell the ex their boyfriend or girlfriend? Can you imagine them to ask them one simple question? Why is your girl or why is your man spying on me? If you laying it down, if you putting it down in the bedroom, you're covering finances, you're providing companionship, you being trustworthy, you being loyal, why is your girl still on my dick? Huh? Why is your man still checking for me? I'm just curious. How many people would be like, if somebody came up to you and they told you that the person that you're dating is using fake profiles to spy on them, would you still date that person? Give me some yes and no's. Come on now. Would you still want to be in a relationship with that person? If someone came to you and said that the person you're dating, the person that you're spending time with, the person that you feel is everything right now, they are creating fake profiles to come spy on me. What would you say? How would you respond to that? Would you leave that person alone? Would you want to see documentation? How would you guys respond to that? Me personally, to be honest with you, I would ask the question to the person that I'm dating that is using a fake profile. I would ask them, why do you feel that you need to watch your ex? Honestly, as a man, I'll be like, is my sex not good enough? Am I not doing something as a man that you feel that you need to go watch him? Like you need to watch him go to the gym. You need to watch him go to church. You need to watch him get ready for work. You need to watch him and whatever he's doing in regards to his life. Like, am I not putting it down? Are you not getting your vagina ate? Like, what is it? Am I not cooking enough? Do I not take out the trash? Do I not wash the dishes? Do I not take care of the kids? Like, what am I doing or what am I lacking that you feel that you need to monitor your ex? I'm going to be honest with you. Those are the questions that I would ask. Miss Walker says they need closure. That's interesting. How many people feel like they need closure? This is one of those opportunities where they say, okay, this is how I get closure. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That looked like some stalking type shit to me. That looked like some toxic type shit to me. I'm just saying. I don't know if this all gonna come on there. It looks like it all came out. Miss Green says the real problem is they don't love themselves, because once you love yourself, no one can't tell you anything about the person I'm dating. That is a very good point. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You can't be in a relationship with somebody that's insecure, somebody that's jealous, somebody that takes everybody's word over yours. Miss Green, you hit the nail on the head. But my thought process with that is that why do you feel comfortable making fake profiles to say, let me come and check and see what my exes do? That's not getting you closure. That's not getting you closure. What that is getting you is it is keeping old wounds open and it's not allowing you to move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people said, you know what? Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's be adults about the situation, especially if there's kids involved. But if you're saying that, you know what, if I dated you 6 months ago, 30 days ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you're monitoring my page to see my progression in life, or are you monitoring my page to see my degression in life? Are you monitoring your ex's page in hopes that you have something juicy to talk about? I need y'all to hit like on this. Y'all need to share. Get some people up in here. Let's have this conversation. Let's have this tough conversation. What is the purpose of creating a fake profile? Are you watching for the benefit of that person? Hey, just in case that person might need help, let me come through for them. Or are you hoping that you see something that they're failing at? Oh, well, they just lost their job. They just one of their children just died. They don't have enough money to pay their bills. They just broke up. Like, are you watching in hopes that you have a ha moment? Because I can't tell why a person would take the time to say, I need to watch your life in order to better my life. In order to understand my self-worth, I need to watch you. See, a lot of people, here's what happens in real life, y'all. What happens in real life is that some people bring a lot of value to people's lives. How many people believe that? Some people bring a lot of value, like they encourage them on high levels. And I don't think people realize that type of conversation. Some people bring value, like great value. When I talk about investing in yourself, knowing your worth, I'm talking about exercising, eating healthy, having a positive attitude, learning how to communicate and talk to people. Some people bring that type of energy to a relationship. And what happens is, not only are they creative, not only are they attractive, not only are they physically fit and mentally fit and socially fit, when you lose someone that you held in value, there is a void. How many people believe that? Let's talk about that void, ladies and gentlemen. When you lose someone that you held of value, when you lose someone that used to push you and motivate you, that had a significance, that was relevant in your life because they were the ones that was in your corner when nobody else fucked with you. Let's talk about it. When nobody else believed in you, when you didn't believe in yourself, they was in your corner, pushing you, giving you that attaboy, giving you that validation, giving you that you can do it. So when you lose that person, now you have a void in your life. And the new dick just don't do it. The new WAP just don't do it. How many people believe that? This is tough love. Mario J. Talk Your 2021 shit. The new person just don't do it. Or the multiple people that you now deal with, they just don't do it. They ain't got that swag. They ain't got that level of conversation. They ain't motivated like that. They got your attention, but they really don't got your attention. But they put a ring on it. How many people checking for you, but they got rings on their finger? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. How many people checking for you, but they swear to God they're in a positive relationship? Swear to God that they living their best life. They the happiest that they ever been. But every time you talk to them, they bringing up their ex's name. Every time you talk to them, they showing you a new picture of their ex. How you living your best life worrying about your ex? How you living your best life condemning your ex? I'm just curious. Somebody talk to me. Come on now. Somebody talk to me. Just saying. They realize they are no longer an essential fact to that person in their lives anymore. Of course. Got to absolutely over here. When I started losing weight, my ex, now he changed because I became more attractive, got more confidence on, and that's great, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in a relationship and there is something about you that is not 100%, can I talk to the adults right now? Come on, y'all. Come on, let's have an adult conversation. If you are not 100% in a relationship, that means something about you is not at 100%. It could be your attitude. It could be your weight. It could be your sex game. It could be your finances. It could be your credit. It could be your lack of motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is something about you that is not at 100, it is okay, because a lot of people are not at 100. Do you understand me? A lot of people are not perfect, and that is fine. It is what you are doing in the meantime that counts. Do you understand? That means, let's say my credit score was a 450, right? Low, way down there. If I'm working on my credit on a consistent basis, kudos, salute. I'm doing something about it. If I'm overweight and I'm doing things healthy and positive to lose that weight, kudos, I'm doing something about it. If I need therapy, goddammit, and I'm crazy as fuck and all emotional and all over the place, and I'm going to therapy on a consistent basis, kudos, you're doing something about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the issue that we have with life. We say that we want some ready-made people. You got people that have a lot of money, but low self-esteem. You got people that wear a lot of makeup, a lot of hair, a lot of eyelashes, a lot of contacts, but have low self-esteem. You got men, have all the money in the world, but poor sex game. Can't conversate. You got people with issues, people with problems. The issue is that, are you working on your problems on a consistent basis? I'll be the first one to say, in this live, I am not perfect. Okay, I am not perfect, but what I am is, I can see shit that I need to work on, and those things that I need to work on, some of those things are not overnight things, and that's fine. However, are you consistent? Do you realize what everybody needs to say? Check this out. If I'm in a relationship and I know that there's things I need to work on, it is my responsibility. I say again, it is my responsibility individually to work on those things to better myself. If I don't love myself, if I don't respect myself, if I don't push myself, if I don't encourage myself, the key word, self, if I don't do those things, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. Fuck it. Let me get real gangster with it. You don't deserve to be in a relationship, because what you bring to the table is not worthwhile. If you don't value yourself to fix the things that you know that's wrong, or someone is clearly identifying for you that is wrong, that you have embraced and said, I know. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you don't know how to cook, and somebody tells you don't know how to cook. Well, I can get mad at the person telling me I don't know how to cook as much as I want to. But at the end of the day, is it true? Is it true? Is that a fact? Either you can go in the kitchen and make a meal that somebody would say, now that's shit, or you can't. If you burn in water, if you burn in water, goddammit, this tough love, I'm Mario J. If you are burning water, you can't boil water. And somebody says, you can't boil water. What good is it for me to get mad? What good is it for me to say, you said I can't I can't boil water? Hell no. Let me run to social media and tell people they don't appreciate me. And then you get people to say, girl, bruh, don't worry about it. There's somebody out there that's going to appreciate you. Get your punk ass out of here and start telling people the truth about themselves. See, some people know you in real life. How many people say, I know you in real life? I know you in real life. So either you can cook or you can't cook. But if you can't cook, get help. Stop denying it and just get help. Now here's the thing with your exes. Some people with their exes and all of the things, some people say, hey, they need closure. How do you get closure when it's been time that's passed? How do you seek closure from your ex? Let me ask the audience right now. I got 35 people watching me over here on the gram. I got another 25 watching me over here. So look, how do you get closure from your ex? Anybody willing to take a stab at that? How do you get closure? Anybody? Echo. I know I'm here to give some guidance and talk some shit, but I'm just saying, my thing about it is like this, ladies and gentlemen, however you get closure, make it positive. Getting closure is not condemning the person that you was with. That's not getting closure. It's not saying, okay, I think you're friends with this person. I think you do business with this person. I think you're dating this person. So me getting closure is telling them that I think that you're a bad person. And it's not because you're bad, really. You're bad because you're not fucking me no more. You're bad because you're not in my life boosting me up anymore. You're bad because you don't answer my phone calls or my text messages. You're bad because you're not in my life no more to pump me up. You don't get closure by condemning your ex. You don't get closure by telling everyone this person, it's all their fault. But see, that's what social media does for us. Social media allows us to have a one-sided conversation. If I right now make a post, of course, everybody has at least 2 or 3 exes, right? If I make a post right now about relationships and say, matter of fact, I say my ex need, I say people need to stop making fake pages and spying on you, right? What's going to happen is the person that it hits home for or the friend of that person is going to run to that person and say, oh my God, look what Mario posted. Girl, that's about you. But you know what will happen? A real conversation. A real conversation. How many people condemn you without having a conversation with you? How many people sit back and condemn you without having a conversation with you? Ladies and gentlemen, I am a conversationalist, right? I believe in having a tough conversation. Even if it's uncomfortable, the issue is that when you have people that's going through trauma, they've been through trauma in their life, a rape, right? They've had people cheat on them. They've had people disrespect them or abuse them or whatever. It is very difficult to bring those people into a new relationship and have healthy things happen. Oh my God, can I talk to y'all for a second? It is very difficult to have somebody that is balanced in a relationship when they have a whole bunch of garbage that they have, a whole bunch of things that they bring with them, a whole bunch of baggage. How many people believe that some people intentionally start arguments because that's what they're accustomed to? Some people intentionally verbally abuse and physically abuse people because that's what they're accustomed to. How many people believe that? Like, that is not the repertoire in this relationship, but you brought it into this relationship. You'll take a little disagreement and blow it up out of proportion, and now it's this atomic bomb. How many people believe that people thrive on shit like that? I'm just saying. It'd be a simple conversation. Hey, it could be, hey, let's go to the movies. Right? You say, well, we're supposed to go out to dinner. Well, I mean, we can eat at the movies. Nah, see, fuck that. See, that's your problem. You always like, well, fuck it. I don't even want to go to the movies now. Somebody says, I've seen it. A lot of us have been bystanders to bullshit. A lot of us have been witnesses to people fuckery. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had one of my exes. I'm gonna share something personal with you guys because I feel like we family. I can talk to y'all. I had one of my exes go to one of their clients' house, right? Pull out their phone, show a picture of me. This is my dog Galaxy, right? Show a picture of me and show a picture of one of my other daughters, right? That information gets back to me. I address the situation directly. Instead of humbling yourself saying, my bad, I shouldn't have did it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The conversation went to, I didn't do it. That wasn't me. Now, some people would say, okay, well, where are you going with this? What are you talking about, et cetera, et cetera. My thought process is this. If you are happy, ladies and gentlemen, if you are happy with yourself, first of all, if you are a positive person, it is some things that you don't do. Now, this is my thought process. If me as a grown man was walking around with someone else's child in my phone, right? A child that I have nothing to do with, a child that I do not support, and I was walking around with said child in my phone and I was showing other people and having these elaborate stories about, how would you guys feel? How would you guys feel? Because there's a lot of titles we can throw on that. There's a lot of weird shit we can throw on that. But if somebody, let's say somebody had your child in their phone and they don't provide for them financially, they don't support them, fuck it, they never seen them face to face. But somebody called you and said, somebody just came to my house and had a picture of your child in their phone and had a whole bunch of negative shit to say about your child. How would you feel about that? This is real shit. This is real shit. How would you feel about that? And my thought process is if you're a happy person, you're a positive person, hell, if you're a mother or you're a father, you're a confident adult, you're a responsible adult. Somebody says, hey, that's psychotic. I'll be pissed. Oh yeah, definitely pissed. Because my thought process is what did my child do to you to make you feel comfortable enough to say, oh, well, let me showcase this photo around. So when we start talking about people creating fake profiles and people coming up, you know what I'm saying, doing this whole, like, somebody told me something, but you're the one who's going out to seek the information. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. If you are the motherfucking friend, if you're the friend that's saying that supposedly, like, let me watch this person for you, girl. Let me watch this person for you, boy. Why? How do you have all of this time on your hand when you're supposed to be living your best life? Some people, here we go. Miserable ass people, exactly. Some people love drama. They love drama. Let me tell you something. There is no way in hell if I had a problem with you a year ago and you didn't pick up the phone and say, this is my problem. I can either say, got it, or not. But when I'm not doing, let me tell you something. What I'm not doing is having irrelevant conversations about people that I've dated in the past. I don't meet new people and bring up old people. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe that's just me. I don't meet new people, develop new relationships, whether personal or professional, and say, let me sit down and tell you about my ex, because this is what I've noticed about that. And you guys tell me if you've noticed this. I've noticed that people who sit down and validate themselves off of degrading someone else or letting you know about somebody else, 9 times out of 10, they're the culprit. 9 times out of 10, they're the culprit. Anybody that I'm dating, anybody that I'm saying that's my girl, I don't sit with them and talk about their exes. And if they try to bring their exes up, I'll take things for face value. If you say, oh yeah, he always said I had a bad attitude, and I know you to have a bad attitude, I'm going to check that shit. I'm going to check that shit. And that might fuck up my ass for later on, but I'm going to check that shit. If he said, well, oh, he always said I couldn't cook. You can't. He always said I ain't eat healthy. You don't. He always say I ain't keep the house clean. You don't. I'm not going to sit with you and play this high five game like because I'm with you, I need to lie to you. I'm not doing that. But it lets me know who the real problem in the relationship was. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. How many people have you sat with and randomly they'll bring up their ex? Randomly they'll start talking about how bad they was or how much stuff they did to them. And it's like, why are you bringing up your ex? First of all, I don't even know your ex. Second of all, this conversation represents you, represents what type of person you are. Because 9 times out of 10, if somebody is willing to continue to talk about their ex, they will talk about your ass. Because 9 times out of 10, the ex then help them with their kids, then help them with their career, then help them with their finances. Shit, been fucking them, doing all that shit, companionship, all the other. So if the ex do all that shit and you downgrading the ex, imagine what somebody would do to you. Imagine what somebody would take the time and do to you. Me personally, I say don't do no business with them. I say don't bring your kids around them. I say don't deal with them. Exile their ass. Personally, that's just me. But the fact of the matter is a lot of you deal with toxic, narcissistic people and you sit there and you listen to them talk about their ex. What does that got to do with your life? Your healthy thought process, your healthy way of living. What does that got to do with you? I'm not promoting shit on social media that has anything to do with my ex. I'm not promoting anything on social media that has anything to do with condemning someone. Because 9 times out of 10, most people who have those type of behaviors, they're scared to have a face-to-face conversation. Everything is about trickery and foolery. Case in point, had someone call somebody that I was dealing with and say, girl, let me tell you. Now, my thought process is this. First of all, okay, I'm single. First of all, I'm single. But you only wanted to tell somebody something when you thought that there was a problem. I want y'all to think about that. You only want to talk to somebody when there's a problem. Now, here's the issue. The issue is the person that called the person that I was dealing with, they not friends. Matter of fact, you could even say that they're enemies. But to add insult to injury, what's the conversation about? Ladies and gentlemen, if your ex calls somebody that you're currently dealing with, or that you're in the process of dealing with, or whatever, what do you guys think right now? What do you guys think that conversation was about? If your ex from a year ago, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, if they call a person that you're dealing with, what do you think they're calling to do? I'm gonna put the responses on the screen. What do you think they're calling to do? Wish you congratulations. Wish you guys peace and joy. Wish you guys a happy home. Wish you guys prosperity. What do you think that these people are calling out the blue to do? People that you chose to stop dealing with. People that you said you are an ex. You're no longer validated or valued in my life to the point where I needed to move from you and actually go pursue something bigger and better than you. We getting some response to throw some salt. Okay, what else we got? Start some drama. What else we got? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. There are some people out here and they are all over the place emotionally. And their actions clearly show it. It clearly shows it. It's like, okay, I'm going through something. How can I tell everybody that I'm going through something without me personally saying it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to find something that I can use to put on my page to let everybody know that I'm going through something, so that way I can get the validation I need. That's toxic. That's toxic. I'm going to put something on my page that says, even though I'm spying on my ex and I'm making fake profiles, I'm going to put something on my page that says, oh, I see that the grass ain't greener on the other side type shit. Real shit. I'm just saying. I need y'all to hit like. I need y'all to share this. Let's bring some people in this and have this Thank God It's Friday conversation. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. They are wounded and haven't moved forward. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I don't really give a fuck who's wounded. I don't care. Like once I leave a situation, man, I'm done with the situation. Unless it's something that I still need to deal with in that situation, i.e. a child. If it's something like that, then cool, we gonna do what we need to do. But other than that, like, I really don't care about you. I don't care what you do. Like, I don't make you a part of my thought process. And maybe it's just me, but it's like when I see other people who make people a part of their thought process, but they do it in such a negative way. I'm going to tell you like this. Okay, Mario being single, if I meet you and the first thing that you say within the first 30 minutes is my ex ain't shit, or my ex is a deadbeat, or my ex can't this, and my ex couldn't do this, I ain't your therapist. I ain't getting paid to listen to this fuck shit. And if you that moved about your ex and you still want her wop, you still want her want his dick, you need to go holler at them and get a one night stand popping. Because a lot of situations, I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of situations was a one night stand extended. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. A one night stand that overstand. Let's just be real. Call it what it is. But if I meet a person that is so encompassed with saying I need to speak on my ex in order to motherfucking make me look good. First of all, let me tell you something. I don't like women that are not confident in themselves. That means if you have an abundance of makeup on, an over an abundance, if your eyelashes is out to here, if your hair is all over here, like, that ain't for me. That ain't my cup of tea, right? But it's very difficult for a person that looks like that to critique me. It's very difficult for a person that don't work out to critique me. It's very difficult for a person who can't have a conversation to critique me. A person who don't care about their finances, their credit, their health, It's very difficult for me to listen to the fuck shit. Can somebody talk to me? It's difficult when you on your shit. Now, I'm not saying that you perfectly across the board, you goddamn, hey, I got $1 million in the bank or $1 million in assets. I'm not talking about that, but it's different levels to this shit. You work at McDonald's drive-thru. I'm a GM of Taco Bell. It's different levels to this shit. It's certain things that you're going to be able to talk to me about, and it's certain things that I ain't fucking paying attention to. Certain things that are beneath me, period. But let me tell y'all another twist to the story. Hit the like button, goddammit. I ain't doing this shit playing with y'all. Let's have a conversation. You want tough love? You got tough love. This is a different type of conversation. We ain't pandering. We ain't gaslighting. We ain't simping. We having a tough conversation. Fellas, let me tell you something. A lot of times you guys go through a lot of things in regards to abuse. Now, we like to talk about, women being abused and everybody, that comes to the aid and say, oh, whoa, what you doing, player? Because, of course, we never question women. We never question if they say something's happened to them. We never ask for the facts. We don't never do that as human beings, because 9 times out of 10, everybody is nurturers, right? Somebody said that they were a victim of something. The first thing we do is grab hold to them and say, we got you. It's just in our DNA. But for a lot of times, men don't realize how, especially exes, they don't realize how men go through a lot of mental abuse. They go through a lot of mental abuse, and nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever talks about it. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It takes a lot for a man to deal with a woman who has a lot of baggage, bringing it forward into the relationship. Well, I want to talk about my ex, but I don't want to talk about you. Wait, like, calm down. Like, it's not even that fucking serious. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk at you instead of talk with you. Well, calm down. I want to call you names. Well, okay, if you keep on, don't wake up the savage. Don't do it. I'm just saying, it's men don't get the opportunity. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Men do have the opportunity. I'm not even gonna go that way. Men have the opportunity to speak on things, but they choose not to because a lot of them can't articulate. That's one. Two, a lot of them don't want to make their personal business public. So they suffer in silence. Haven't anybody heard that? A lot of them suffer in silence. And it's so easy to be like, especially if you're the one who victimized that man, or you was talking all this shit to this man or talking about that man. As long as, ladies and gentlemen, let me do something real quick. As long as you can't see the man, as long as he never shows his face and speaks about the situation, then it's much easier for somebody to run around and say that man is this and that. That man's a homosexual. That man's a deadbeat. That man's a dusty. That man's all of these names. At what point in time do you get to a point where don't make me expose your ass? Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Ladies, you have to realize what type of man that you're dealing with. Right? And then some people, they like that back and forth. It turns them on. Have you ever dated somebody, they get turned on by drama, gossip, and a bunch of nonsense? They get turned on. Like they want to argue with you, and after they argue with you, they want to fuck. I'm being real. I'm being real. Argue with you all day, call you all types of names, and then at the end of the day, we fucking. Well, that's toxic. That's narcissistic behavior. I'm just being real. And if you're a man that says, I pride myself on being factual, I pride myself on having a conversation, and if you're dealing with somebody that don't want to have a conversation, Now, this is not playing point the finger and who's at fault all the time, but I'm saying that there's a lot of men who suffer in silence, and it's people who reach out to me. It's like, bro, you don't understand. You know, she keeping me away from my kids. She won't let me see my kids. It's always all of these barriers and da-da-da-da-da. But yet, still, she's saying you're a deadbeat dad. But I'm like, how's she calling you a deadbeat dad if she's keeping you away from your kids or making it difficult for you to see your kids? Bro, you don't understand. She done ran to everybody in the community and said this and said that. And I'm like, man, fuck everybody in that community. Fuck that community. Bro, you just don't know how hard it is. You just don't know. Like, bro, first of all, grab your balls, nigga. Grab your balls. Grab your balls, bro. Grab your balls. There is a level of patience that need to happen. And first of all, there's a level of consistency in your thought process on what you need to be thinking about. First of all, keep your mental together. Fellas, let me talk to you right now. Give your punk ass some tough love. Keep your mental together. Don't lose your mental. Don't lose your sanity. If you got to be alone, then be alone. Then be alone. You see these little, hold on, God damn it. You see these babies up there? You see them babies? Let me tell you something. Before I be around my children, mentally deranged, I would rather be away from my children to have peace of mind. So that way, when I'm around my children, my thought processes are clear. You can't be arguing every night. You can't be fussing about who said this and who said what. Some people pride themselves on drama. They pride themselves. Can you imagine being with somebody who says, such and such sent me this? Right, hold on. Such and such sent me something. I don't know them, but they sent me something. But it was 90 days ago. It was how many days ago? It was how many days ago, you say? So we've been sexing, movies, Netflix and chilling and handling business. Like, so you want, okay, hold on. Now, let me process this shit. Okay, so you want me as a man to deal with information that you held for 90 days and to bring that current to now. Okay. They waited to have something to argue about. You know what? I don't even think it's that point. I don't think it's waiting to have something to argue about. I think you wait for the right time to use it against the other person. And see, here's the thing. I want to save some relationships. I want to save some people right now. Time and energy, finances, heartache. Let me help you right now. I want you to share this with somebody. If I get information on a person that I'm dating, right, that I care about, shit, I may even love, I am not going to hold that information. You're going to find out when I find out. Motherfucker, listen to me. If I respect you, I'm loyal to you, I'm trustworthy, I'm a real motherfucker. I'm going to give you the information when I get the information. Period. I don't give a fuck where you are. I don't give a fuck how far you away. I don't give a fuck if the Wi-Fi don't work. I don't care who. You are going to get the information. If I respect you enough to give you the information, that's the key. The key is if they respect you enough. See, what happens is if I get information on the person that I'm dealing with, right? I decide that I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm going to go on as business as usual. Then once we get into a situation, I'm now going to bring up the situation the stuff that I receive and throw it in your face. Now, here's my thing. This is my point. My point is this, is that while you've been waiting to use that information, you've now validated that information in your mind. Whatever that information is, you've validated. You've been validating that information based on whatever you thought to be true. Right? You validated that information. You didn't fact check it, but you validated. You appointed that information to be relevant in your life. Now, here's my thing. It is very hard. Let me ask you something. Can you have sex and think about your kids at the same time? Some people would say, hell no, that don't even go together. That don't even make sense. So how can you hold something over somebody's head saying that you have something and be loyal to them at the same time? Be trustworthy at the same time. Be faithful at the same time. How can you do that? How can you say you building something, but really you got this over here just for a rainy day? Bro, let me tell you something. I would rather be single than to be staying with someone. They say you're sleeping with the enemy, than be staying with someone who validates themselves by using information that they don't present until it's time to say, oh, let me do a attaboy. Let me do an alley-oop to the bullshit. It's very difficult to have a positive relationship. It is very difficult to actually have, because see, doing stuff like that is going to put the relationship on 10. Like turn up the volume when you do that. If I'm dating you and I wait a considerable amount of time and you say something to me that I say, okay, well, I don't like what you said. I can't combat what you said. So now I'm going to reach in my toolbox of bullshit and I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to throw it in your face. Well, this is my thought process. This is my thought process. My thought process is, when I'm talking about buying homes, traveling, networking, family, building, your thought process is gathering dirt, entertaining nonsense, thinking about bullshit, wanting more gossip, entertaining whoever had something negative to say about me. Can somebody tell me how that makes sense? Can somebody tell me how lopsided that shit is? Then you have some people that validate themselves by saying, I'm going to create these fake profiles and now I'm going to monitor your life. Well, make sure that you get a fucking front row seat. Make sure that when you find out someone is saying, oh, I'm monitoring your page, or somebody comes to you and say, oh, such and such said they monitoring your page. Calm down. Let me tell you something. This is the issue that I want to tell me, because I want to empower some people, not just men, but also women. I want to empower people. And this is how you empower people, right? Anytime that you see someone that has an issue with someone, I want you to ask them something. When is the last time you had a conversation with them face to face without all the fuckery? A lot of people won't talk to you unless it's on record. A lot of people won't talk to you unless they got 16 other people with them. A lot of people won't talk to you unless it's some fuckery or it's some type of counterbalance, so that way they can have the upper hand. I'm just saying. A lot of people won't have the tough conversation unless they know that they've stacked the deck against you. You understand what I'm saying? What the fuck do you mean stack the decks against a motherfucker? Bro, what you talking about? What you talking about? Well, let me dumb it down for you. Stack the deck against you. That means I'm going to invite you to have this tough conversation, but I'm going to put 3 or 4 people in the room. Before you get in the room, okay, I'm going to lock the door, I'm going to soundproof the room, and I'm going to condemn you. I'm going to talk about you like a fucking dog. Then, right, I'm going to unlock the door and I'm going to let you in and I'm going to tell everybody how willing I am to have this conversation. So now you thinking that everybody in the building is neutral parties and the only person that has an issue is you and them. But now these people have already heard a story. They've already been presented a narrative against you. Stack the deck against you. Provide you with a handicap because they are too afraid to have a conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, how many men do you know like that? How many women do you know like that? They have to promote a handicap against you because they are too afraid to have the tough conversation. I'm going to go live on my page and I'm going to block everybody that knows you. They're too afraid to have the conversation. I'm going to make a post. Shit. And I'm going to say everything but your name. But I'm going to make sure everybody is blocked that knows you. That will say, well, I know the real story. Uh-oh. I know the real story. When you talk about living your best life, you talk about what's important to you. You talk about being more healthier. You talk about doing things that's positive, building your self-worth, building your net worth. Ladies and gentlemen, real bosses, it's a lot of people that love these different type of titles, but real people, real bosses, real people that's about their business and really not about nonsense or whatever kiss me, you can't have them. You can't find them doing fuck shit. You can't find them doing fuck shit. You don't find them doing fuck shit. People who got money ain't constantly talking about who else is broke. Right? People who are positively co-parenting ain't too busy saying, oh, that's a deadbeat mom, that's a deadbeat dad. Like, you're not healthy. You're not a positive person. You sit back and you listen to somebody say, oh, it's a deadbeat dad. Okay. But the real question is, what makes you a good mom? What makes you a good mom? That's real shit. What makes you a good mom? Well, I provide all the materialistic shit I can provide, right? I take key pictures at times to let everybody know I'm great. So let me give y'all this rundown. Okay, let me give you this rundown. If you are standing in front of your children condemning the other person, you are toxic. You're a narcissist. Okay, you're a bad person. You're a bad parent. I don't give a fuck how many beds, how many goddamn cupcakes, cookies, whatever fuck. I don't care what you do for that child. If you're standing around your children condemning the other parent, you are bad. Non-custodial or custodial parent. You are bad. You are a fucked up person if you sit around someone in front of their kids and listen to someone else condemn the other person. And they are not there to defend themselves. You are a narcissist, a toxic person, a bad person. That is mental abuse. That is mental abuse. So as soon as a child can understand their name, colors, no, yes, then they can probably start understanding and pick up on some of the mental abuse that you're applying to that child. Talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Mental abuse. That is abuse. We love to use the word abuse when it benefits us because people love to pull people's heartstrings. How many people are really protecting their children? How many people? I think that's the great thing about people that say they actually care about people, because they really care about people. And when you really care about people, there's certain things that you just don't do. I'm not going to entertain you downing somebody. How have you tried to help them? I'm not going to entertain you spying on somebody else. How have you tried to help them, and why is their life more important than your life? How is their life more important than your life? Because that's what you're saying. When you make fake pages and you have to spy on someone, you're saying to the world, you're saying to everybody, and I'm telling you right now, you're saying subconsciously to yourself that that person is relevant. They were doing something right in your motherfucking life to make you want to say, I need to watch and see what they're fucking doing. I need to watch and see who they're fucking. I need to watch and see where they live and who they're talking to. That person, ladies and gentlemen, was relevant in that person's life. This is fucking tough love. I am Mario J. Until next time, y'all adult up. Share this shit, like this shit, leave your comments. Tag somebody and let them know I said what I said. Deuces. Deuces, goddammit.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of who the fuck you think you fucking with. Are you police? I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go and walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit